Broadcasting from the tallest tower in Monrovia.
Mix by mix.
For the next 13 days, I will keep you crying. And you're crying all over the place. What I will continue to do, I've already succeeded in completely demoralizing your base. You're just crying all over the place. I haven't even started. I'm just warming up. How dare you, foolish, desperate people, talk about rescue country. Joseph Boga couldn't even rescue himself. So when you pass me around, oh, cost that, cost that. Where were you when I raised the money left and right to feed him and fly him from hospital to hospital? Where were you all sitting there talking nonsense? Talking about because I ain't got no integrity. I didn't have integrity when I was feeding Joseph Boga, your God. Bunch of ungrateful people. Have you heard Joseph Boga deny that I was raising money left and right to feed him? Have you heard him deny it? He will never deny it because he knows this to be true.
So when people thought I was never going to create something of Boga, because I went to counties. I'm not creating something because I want to create something. I'm creating something because we said yesterday, former President Biya was riding private jet. But the Joseph Boga at Port of Power is riding private jet from here to go to Ufala. But I will speak because people in Saturday saw me our past to go my comfort. Spend my own money to bring him to power because we thought the wrong yesterday was going to be right today. I had no regret to vote against one person. But the people that are brought to power will regret why I had to vote for the Nigerian people. This country is a better place and will be a better place.
Yes, sir.
But there's money in the country that we can live from, not need money from outside.
No.
And we don't want to empower people here. We still have lawmakers. We have become lawmakers. We have become criminals. We put all the money together for ourselves and leave them out. So people say the money is wrong. They break all the law. You want to really breaking the law, but you want to move on. You don't want to go out. You're going to wonder if people if they are in shock. Then you want to go out. That's your law that we pay for now. Then you say you want to say nothing. You know why that can be for them one way for you. It will never happen. The movement they are there for. When that people for them one way and say, people, don't know what I'm saying, one person won't go to talk. But sit down over there and want their family to be one and make one. If I was at least for having a person something to watch it. We are not happy because we are happy. Because it is a time to be happy. It is nobody for the country that the country and we give them to follow the people. Push it to the line. We may just only buy for the president. We must come here and just go to conditional for sacrifice. People. Where our teacher there, the voluntary teachers that teaching our students there are not being paid. You see students in the street protesting all over, but the president writing the lecture lessons, custom build. And what the man write? Send for it in Dubai. You know, anything from Dubai got to be expensive because Dubai is very expensive.
bad letters from Dubai, bluffing around with it. That the president are keen to rescue us. That the rescuer we're talking about also, he keen to rescue himself. Most of them came to rescue themselves. They never came to rescue you. And I want you seeing that so. Now you see when many see that going when I said they want to become senator. They are there to rescue themselves. They never came to rescue you. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, so we're not leaving. We will expose them. They never came to rescue Liberia. They came to rescue themselves with letters. Now we see the party around with letters. Now when you see they don't pick up people call. Now when you see they fighting, everybody see the fighting there. Now when you see stealing and increase. Now lesser is only passing around your way. Bulletproof lessons. Who want to kill you? Who want to kill you? Tell me, Jonathan Parker. Who want to kill you? Oh man, you already are great. Nobody want to kill you. But you write bulletproof letters that cause up to 500 more thousand. Who you hide yourself from? Who are you hiding yourself from? So the rescue we're talking about, they were for you to rescue yourself. Same thing to rescue yourself. You bother with the senator. I will expose you. I will expose everything you're doing. But it is look at me. Look at you. Now is the time to give that away. Yeah, man. Make it full. Yeah. Make it full. Make it full. Yeah, sometimes, yeah. Amen. Make it all. Yeah. Make it all. Make it all. What can make it all? Make it all. Oh, yeah. Sometimes, yeah. Amen. Make it all. Yeah. Make it all. Make it all. What can make it all? Make it all.
Oh, yes, indeed. What a beautiful, what a good day. Interesting opportunity. It feels to be right back behind these microphones to engage on the issues, the subjects that matter most to Liberia's growth and development. Somebody says, since Mr. Bwaka became president of the country, terrible things and lots of terrible things continue to happen with Liberia. Aid suspension, the imposition of tariff is the latest we've seen. America turning its back on Liberia. We've been left. But yes, folks, good morning. Good morning, just wherever you are this morning on our voice. For those of you in the counties, we'd like to say pleasant good morning to all of you and our friends in the diaspora, particularly in the US and other parts of Europe. We have very strong and huge followership in Brussels. A pleasant good morning. Welcome to all of you. Welcome to yet another exciting conversation on the nation's biggest breakfast platform, the Freedom Money Rise on Freedom 87.9. And yes, of course, there are too many things to talk about, lots of things happening in the country. Just when lying became the order of leadership is when we are getting to know that birds have the capacity now to tamper with electricity grid, to put nation current off, system off. Just when lying became the order of leadership, that's how we got to know that birds are capable. Small swan birds. We're not talking about eagles. We're talking about small swan birds. The dumper birds. Dumper birds now can pull current off. But this too is Liberia. Folks, basically what I'm talking about, the government of Liberia, we are told, the airport authority addressing the Liberian Senate to give reason for the historical embarrassment caused the Liberia airport. For the first time in the history of Liberia, the entire airport authority went out of current for hours. And we are told they stored a few meant for the generators. But when the Senate called them on yesterday, the folks with dry face, with disrespect for the Liberian people intelligence, looked in our faces and told us that the dumper birds, so the dumper then like run, smell notice, the bird left from there, they went, they put the broker off, and they put the transformer that's supplying current to the airport. So the bird then went in their mass from the dumper. They finished eating dumper food, they got food, when they put the broker off. Hey, this country here. What kind of country is this, my people? You wake up in the morning and then you get people in government, they be talking all kinds of senseless things. But again, they consider these things as justification for all that they do. But it's good that the Liberian people themselves are listening. This thing we're telling you is no story, right? This is real, live, something that happened, right? Look in the senator's face for the first time since their mind pop born and somebody tell them, see that boy, go put it the current off. So we will talk about that and see how the possibilities. We gotta look at the possibility. There's been some different opinions shared on these about the chances, the likelihood, and there must be references. And I'm told where the Roberts International Airport is situated is now one of the part of Liberia where birds are, heavily concentrated. Just a small bird that can be on the dumper, they go eat birds and things be flying around. When the airport tell low around, and not easy. Say, okay, let's go tell that person that the boy then call it something up. Leave them. They will be thinking that 1 week discussion after 1 week finished. But folks, that's exactly what the Baka regime has provided as a reason that we all should hold and then go to bed. We should call Brussels Airline and call the international. I say AKO, right? Call them and tell them, say, oh, we have some very stubborn birds in Liberia. They don't want to be responsible. You don't have problem with us. So the other thing we'll look at this morning is Nimba election. The government and the regime continue to exert all undemocratic effort to disallow and disenfranchise others, a potential candidate from participating in the election. And of course, they have adopted all kinds of strategy. But the latest is this complaint from the MDR that we talked about in passing yesterday. So today, I'm told the National Elections Commission has cited Madam Ide Gonglowe for investigation or questioning, just whatever, but she's going to be there, we're told. Sources say by 2 o'clock, she's scheduled to go answer to some of these claims as raised. I'm told she registered through a proxy, all of these things and blah, blah, blah. So what is the problem with the National Elections Commission? If all of these things are proven right, then that means there is a leakage in the National Elections Commission. Then we go back to 2023 and get to understand how David Etta Brown Lasana stole the election from the Liberian people through these kinds of terrible blunders. But yes, we'll look at that and what impact it has on the election in Nimba and all of that here on the show, plus the cash giveaway. But look, at 9 o'clock, we're going to have a conversation about all of the major trending political subjects with our friend Avin Wisa. Avin was here yesterday, he called in, and then we could not conclude, particularly on this Justina Taylor and Gloria Mususka's revelations. And of course, basically, the conversation will be assessing the merits, the sanctions that were imposed on CDC officials. With all of the revelations coming out now, where does that leave us on the merits of the sanction? Were they actually, justified, or were they product of lies and deceptions? Avin will be here at 9 o'clock. You will join us for conversation. Hey, guys, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, Abu. Good morning to you, and good morning to Liberian people following us here this morning. And it's a pleasure to be back here. Yes, it's always good coming here to fulfill duty to country. And we are here this morning, like Abu said, too many things just happening around. We will be delving into many of these things. The most interesting and captivating one amongst them is the issue of the birds. Now in our country, birds are being used as excuse for ineptitude when the government or when government officials fail to perform, and they get involved into stealing, and then they want to use living creature like birds as scapegoat. But we are here. We will be following several other expert opinions on the issue of the allegation levied against bird. I'm sure the birds could be.
Yeah, yesterday, my man Aaron Kuban and I we launched Mayhem for the national spokesperson.
Yeah, and they should be releasing a statement today. So
the RI bird situation, and so we got to balance the story. Of course, you can't get one side and wrong.
We have to follow our.
So they want that they're preliminary, but the birds have to. Maybe I'll call Aaron at some point, right? So but basically, the birds say they convene yesterday evening. They convene an executive committee meeting, right, to look into allegation, and they will be releasing their official
there will be another
position.
10 million lawsuit.
Yeah, slapping another 10 million.
Yeah, so if they're slapping a bit 10 million, then defamation could be more than that.
So you see, when you move from here now, just from all your family problem you get, you look for somebody to slap your ear. You go put 10 million now. You and your children, your grandchildren, the school fee, and everything settled. So, but let's see how Mrs. Joa $10 million lawsuit also go. But this thing is serious because the airport authority can go say, oh, that they boiled him, because apparently they won't put it on human being. The human being can clarify. So it's a put on the boiling. Not knowing that right now we have life as we're in it. I don't know what stage we're in right now. Right? So the birds met on yesterday evening in a phone government. You're gonna bring in rogues. They turning the government into Humpty Dumpty, Muppet Show. So the brethren say the meeting. Say you're gonna wait. After their meeting today, they will release their statement on whether they know something about the Apple current bidding or not. But that is it. Today is Thursday, right? How much are we giving out?
Thursday. We're giving out 10,000 Liberian dollars, preparing you for the mega 25,000 on Friday. So today is
Friday 25.
Today is Thursday. So all you have to do is for just 200 Liberian dollars, you stand a chance right here to win for yourself instant cash prize of 10,000 Liberian dollars. And somebody is asking, how can I do that? So the same code yesterday applied to today, *799 *70 hash. So *799 *70 hash. Once you dial that code, you will automatically be asked as to which currency you want to play from, whether your Liberty account or your USD account. And once you select the currency you want to play from, then yes, you're good to go. So we here this morning. The time check is 7:57. It's 7 minutes up to 8 o'clock. Maybe between now to 8:15. Let's see whether we can have you play, and then we do several other draws here this morning. We will also be giving out 2,000 to our frequent winners. Loyalty bundle 5,000 or 2,000 as well. And frequent players, again, we got another category where you stand a chance to receive $1,000 just as appreciation. So you continue to play the cash giveaway. So it's up to you. While we here waiting for the Bears spokesperson to come and speak to the press.
The Bears will talk. I mean, because J Billion is out.
They think I'm not sure.
All the burden.
I'm not sure it will be between the Bears and the government now. It's still going to be between the Basso Oman and living around there, because that is another way of getting at them.
Okay.
Yeah, because the Oman, they can do their flying in there, so they are considered in the net. They are considered as part of the bread category.
You want add part to the deal. So is it they will break your heart and run away on your wedding day? The man's son, I know that he said his son 25 million. But what are you laughing? You know the man sing this song. Say SRO signs $25 million mouth watering record label deal with LRB Music. Oh, we fly. Okay, that we fly sing. They will break your heart on your wedding day.
The guy who sang Blessing.
Okay.
Yeah. SRO.
Oh, the other picking like me singing your nose.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
It's good. Yeah, it's good. That's how.
So, folks, we are here this morning.
So, they kind of money in the Liberian music industry to 25 million. Plenty money. Like, yeah, they want to follow music. Yeah. 25 million.
$25 million Liberian dollars.
Yeah, Liberian dollars.
Divide that by 200.
No, my man, forget about divide by number. Oh, no, that 25 million.
No, but
25 million are plenty money.
It's a mouth-watering deal for him, especially. He had.
That Bwaka asking the poor for change. 10 hours. Yesterday, I went at the post at 10 hours change.
So in this case, when birds are sitting over the line, why they are not causing electrical?
No, we'll come to that. So let me be. We'll come. They bred and said they bred and fell. That thing yesterday, even when that everyone called me and said, "My man, they bred and not happy." I said, "See what happened?" See when they heard the news that the government put the whole current business trouble on their head. See their life is in danger, right? Say, in fact, the airport authority is establishing a rubber gun association to go after the birds. So recruit some beginner around there, get a rubber gun, get to them. Steven Johnson is the coordinator. Put some more money in the budget, buy sufficient rubber gun, and then go accelerometer, go get some iron ore. The iron ore right down pike. Deal with the bird and cook it. So get to the beginning. They want to work is every day they bring us sit down there. Collect the raw gun.
The country, the country problem.
Labrador mate, what they call it, MC Carroll. They call it mate. People, useless people, we're paying thousands and thousands of dollars in the country. They're unable to manage the airport. They steal the fuel from there, the fuel allotment. The government, if the government is serious, the president must launch an investigation into the fuel that goes to the airport. Send people there to go investigate, right? But you see, the United Party takes the Liberian people for granted. But anyway, something has happened on the international front that has very scourging effects on the livelihood of the Liberian business and investment industry, and that will have a direct trickle down on the livelihood of our people. First time we heard there was cancellation of financial support to Liberia, the suspension of the USAID projects all across the country. I'm told USAID people, those who are working with different USAID projects in Liberia now, are sitting home. They're regular listening up to the radio now. You don't get jobs too much saying at home now. You got to join the radio family. So because the passing around, they can either see about it. But anyway, but yes, yesterday, the U.S. President Trump announced some what you might call it, see, tariff, trade tariff. These tariffs are going to affect different countries, but we were looking at Liberia. So there's a 10% tariff imposed on Liberia. So basically, what our business and economic friends have told us, what is going to mean, Higa, goods leaving from Liberia to go to America would be hit with 10% tariff, and and then goods coming from America to Liberia are also going to be affected, right? So in effect, what it's going to mean is that American products on our market now, the prices will go up. Whether that the rest, whether that water, the prices of American product on the market will go up. The one that we can get from China and Bwaka already now put tax on that one. Then American people put tax on their own too. So things are going to be very, 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 very tough for us going forward. And I think that these things our man Gafon saw and say the worst is about to happen. The worst is coming. The worst thing, and Bwaka Careless is buying $1.2 million armor-plated vehicles, and he's driving in the streets when poverty is when people faces are living in poverty, hunger, destitution is writing on the faces of the people, and they're passing
I was
with
somewhere
$1 million
yesterday.
vehicles.
I was somewhere yesterday, and the president convoy was passing. So the police had to stop the traffic and all of that. So a group of motorcyclists who were parking on this they were even helping the police to ensure that the traffic is clear so the president can pass. And the guys were saying, "You're moving on the road. I don't know how people are coming." so the guys see it as wheelbarrow, and it's clear because that's what the president told us that he could use to
Wheelbarrow to
commute
go to work.
to the executive mansion. So Liberia is the only country amongst the 54 African countries where the president is riding wheelbarrow worth over 1.2 million million United States dollars. So yes, this is where we are, and everybody looking for bread.
And see, the raw gun picking. I get the raw gun picking. Hey man,
What kind of problem for say you feed them with bread? What kind of problem you got?
raw gun people, the raw gun old man, you're coming make money in the video because the government coming buy a raw gun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They early see that been going, or they say that not knowing that bread been costing our current to go. Even Gonke one, they could not understand.
Yeah, could not understand.
Yeah, that bread. They had to
imagine the LEC could not understand what has been the cause for electricity outage in the country. You have to take the LCAA to ascertain the cost
that
of
LAA, Airport Authority.
Yeah, the LAA to ascertain the cost of the power outage. So I think what we have to do now is to send a group of team or maybe a group of guys to McCoffey in there. We were all going to as well. So they ensure that no bird can sit on any of the tension line there because it could lead to power outage in the country. And I think we have to make efforts. It's serious. It's serious.
So we basically going to be starting our conversation now, right? But let's recognize our guys on the live, the
following
comments,
us via Facebook.
And so then after which we'll take a break, come back. But this news about former Maryland Senator Dan Marias introducing I don't know, water taxi, a kind of boat system in the country where you're bringing some boats to run on our to provide transportation services on our rivers to help ease the transportation issues. But it's just that the only thing is that our own water things that our people can mount toilet over it. So all these things need to, because you have, when it kind of looks beautiful, it sounds good, but we need to ensure that the The environment is kept clean, and the government, the city government, need to work along with these kinds of projects. Look at the Mensurado River, so field. They're toilet constructed all along the banks of the river, and people are toiling all inside. Then you go put boat there. Some tourists kind of say, "Yeah, I want to go rob, go sit inside the boat." People smelling all over the place. So we need to improve these things. These things, we say these things, but it's important, right? It's a great idea, great honor taking, excellent. But then it's a challenge to the airport. Not the airport, but the MCC, the guy there who were told has bloated the payroll. We're investigating some issues in the MCC. Will be coming out. We're getting all of the documents, right? The man when he said the the supplementary payroll he canceled it. We got the letter. I get a letter where he suspended it, but then he went. He took Unity Party people and they're
put them on
paying
the
them on
supplementary,
supplementary, right? And in fact, double and triple their salaries, right? The initial money doing the coaching time, those in-house staff, some of them maybe 200. Those are taking 200. He own people he brought. People who are taking 200 are taking 600. Some of them 700. Somebody that just there when people read the attendance, the ticket, he paying some of them 500, 600 and things. So all of these things are happening. That's what you see. Lately, Monrovia has begun getting overwhelmed with filth and dirt. I saw a video somewhere down Waterside coming up there. Poo all was later all on
I
the
saw
street.
that on the internet.
But I did not see Mo Ali talk about anything. And, poo all over. If you go down Benson Street, so we are still seeing poo when Mo Ali was able to supply water to Mororo in 3 months. How come over 1 year we're still seeing poo in the street? So these things are important for us to look at. But let's see what our folks.
So let's see.
Y'all share. Y'all gotta
Continue
share
to
the.
share. We got
the-
67, so we need at least the 67 of you can share at least two times. Then we start up the high code of conversation. The high code right here. Too many things we got to discuss right here. So while you do so, continue to play the cash giveaway and the star 799 star 70 hash star 799 star 70 hash at 8:15 8:20 we'll be doing our first draw right here. So let's start up reading comments right here, starting up firstly with Agatha Glasgow says, I'm watching from Thinkers Village, RRA Road, where the common citizen children live. Alaska P says he's watching from India. Good morning, Alaska. Calvin Soko says, watching live from USA. Thanks for the show. Juju says, good morning, guys. I am following live from Johnsonville. Edwin Salif says, Augustus Collins is watching from Clay, Bombing County. Jeremiah X. Kekula says, watching you from Kakata, my Gibi County. Otis Barkley says, good morning, family. I'm watching you from Clay Street. Good morning to you as well. Saros Bablo says, good morning, Freedom FM. My name is Saros Bablo. I'm watching from Kakata City. We got too many persons watching from Kakata this morning. Stephen Yakadi says, good morning. I'm following from Cotton Tree, District 2, Lower Margibi County. The birds that caused the current problem at RRA have been arrested this morning. Okay, it's good. We're getting the small. Salvindo Rare says, good morning to you, big brother Abu. I am following from Logan Town, Broad Street. Stanley Sharif says, good morning to the peace-loving citizens of Boya Town, Pokwa District, Grand Cape County, Western Liberia. I am Stanley Sharif following from Burrillville City. Let me say this to this unprepared president and his officials. You can lie and come to power, but you cannot lie to govern at all, because the so-called LAA is lying to be, that's told the Liberian it should be to the Liberian people, and why this little country called Liberia continue to give God a hard time. He says that. Amos G.S. Davis. Amos says, good morning, Freedom FM. Family, I am following from Pipeline Road, Bala community.
Mm.
He says that. We move on to Peter One Day. Peter One Day says, "Good morning, brother Abu. I'm following you from Crown Hill community. Liberia has now become a rice farm where birds can cause power to go off. Our nation is in serious trouble under this unprepared president." CDC Papi Success Keita for Life says, "Good morning, Freedom FM family. From Duper to Road Rescue turn to big excuse. Manage your expectation for 2029. Stanley Sheriff said, let GMB use his 42 years experience to stop the birds from sitting on the transformer." Amara Jala Kamara says, "Good morning, Freedom Radio Liberia. I am following live from Brussels. Many thanks to you guys for the tremendous job." He says that. Jerry K. Joko says, "Good morning, Freedom Radio. I am following you live from my Soul Clinic residence." Stanley Sharif says, "Why GMB government official continue to lie to the Liberian people in such a manner?" Okay. James Lamy. James says, "Good morning. Good morning, James." Vivian Kafia says, "Good morning, Freedom FM family. Good morning." Agatha Glasgow again. "I'm watching from Thinkers Village." Okay, we already read that. Junior Sequad says, "Good morning, my Freedom family. Two giants in top show host. Two giants in talk show host, talk show it should be about that's Abu and Hagar, and watching from my in Broville, or on the Broville Road it should be. I am also always happy following you guys for concise and balanced investigative news. I pray for God's guardians over you guys. Amen." Oto says, "Good morning. We are calling on the police RG to arrest all birds for questioning." This thing. Stanley Sheriff says, "Where are the two machines that GMB long time,
Three giant size machines.
the GMB long time friend Abraham Muhammad gave him from Ghana?" Ansu Coleman, "I'm following from the Economic Freedom Fighters of Liberia." He has become one of our regular followers now as well. Stanley Sheriff, "I hope these birds are not sent by common citizen here." Okay. I think we need to do more in areas. Okay. Kamara Kuroma says, "Good morning." Okay, so yes.
Okay, I think we can just
we got more of the progress. Orita Johnson said, Prophet Key said, big person will die, and I learned that the U.S. ambassador was on that plane. So which one are you playing again?
Oh, the Brussels plane that will come in.
Good morning, Freedom FM. My name is Ina Flomo, watching you from GSA Road, Cola Tree Community. Honorable Thomas S. Sabo says the entire CDC regular cyber warriors are locked down. I got lost somewhere. I logged down to Freedom FM this morning. Okay.
So he got my man Aaron and send me the bread, say the preliminary, say they coming with full. So like yeah, what the bread has how to say.
So maybe we can share that.
Yeah. So anybody who can understand bird language, reveal or interpret. So, but the birds have already started speaking, and this thing is getting serious. And I mean, we're talking about whole country. We have suffered too long, not knowing that our electricity problem is coming from the very birds that are around us. We're supposed to live in the ecosystem with harmony. But we can be danger against each other. That's why you have laws protecting the different species. So we can be putting law down and say, oh, don't do the other one to the other one, and then they be affecting us.
Doing it to us, and I know it can work
So
out.
it's a problem, especially our airport, right? At the end of the day, what it boils down to is that we have a childish government on our hands. We have an irresponsible government on our hands. A government that does not take responsibility for anything. Because they are unable to blame this one on former President Weah, so they had to lie on birds. They had to tell us that dumper birds were responsible for the situation at the airport. How? Say somebody, you want to read that statement? That's something the guy shared with you.
Yes.
Right.
Let me get this stuff out. Let me get
Tell us,
this.
how is it possible for birds? Let's say they build their net, and sitting on the wire and all of that, right? So to have gone there and go put the booker down or whatever way is what I'm thinking about.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody got to tell us, is it the weight of the birds on the wire that can put the booker down, or probably the feathers that can be all around? The feathers are harmful to electricity or something. So they need to be more scientific or technical.
So the guy whose expert opinion we are about to read is a technician.
Mhm.
As a matter of fact, he specialized in cable connection and repair and maintenance, or whatever you call it. He's Tano T. Fopa.
Mhm.
Yes,
My man.
Yeah. So Tano says this. He says, let's end this argument here, and I do not want to hear this anymore. This is what happened when birds built their net on a power line or transformer. He says, the only way that a power outage occur is when the electricians are about to destroy birds' net. They will have to put that particular area off in order to remove the bird's net from the power line or transformer.
So at that moment, there will be power outage.
Yes, because you know that people going work there.
Mhm.
You don't want. It's almost like when EDC guys are working.
And when you see the video he shared,
Mhm.
right,
Mhm.
accompanying this comment,
Mhm.
when they're pumping the water to clean
Yes.
the line, right?
Mhm.
Of course, current will not have to remain in
No, you can't go.
wires,
Yeah.
so you have to cut current off to deal with that. So the only way it is possible for us to believe that because the birds were there,
Mhm.
the current went, that means somebody from the technical department of the airport might have gone and switched
off the
power off,
Mhm.
right? Because the birds were there. So, but to tell us that birds being on the wire squarely was responsible for why current went off for that length of time, right? It is an issue. It is an issue that needs, and this is only exposing how our lawmakers are really not, doing what they have to do. If these people go there to tell you that, oh, that bird cut the current off, they must provide you detailed reports,
Detailed explanation on how it works.
explanation on how is that possible
Mhm.
for the presence of birds to lead to power outage, right? For that length of time. Then what is the mechanism that as a country and people will have to institute, and to prevent this from happening? Because birds will always be flying in the air now. So for as long as birds will be flying in the air, that means our airport will be going out of current anytime.
And Abu, it is embarrassing. When at times when things happen, it is better you come to the table with sincerity
And say the truth.
and say the fight. Then people who are responsible to hide, they will hide. You cannot come and want to sugarcoat or maybe want to look for excuses and things when you know the reality is.
And I do not know if they have even launched an investigation,
Mhm.
right? Because with such, when during the CDC period when it happened, it became very concerning. I can remember former Minister of State even drove there, and there had to be an investigation process, right? And the investigation findings, I can remember when Mountain Hills came out, right? And a lot of things were uncovered. They seen unscrupulous Unity Party people that were there undermining the system, and they will go in the generator room, they will tamper with the wires and things. They did all that one there to undermine the CDC time. Right? So, but there has to be an investigation to inform us on why the entire airport went off. Say what? Say the big people for the airport say they didn't like cause the current.
So maybe we get
go.
Yeah. So
Right?
is it the big people for the airport say the thing that caused the current to go off at the airport, they feel that bread. The people say the bread them sit down on the transformer that can give the airport current, that how the current go.
Yeah. So that's how it becomes so comical. If you have a government and the people who have refused to take responsibility of anything. But mind you now, when more ends, the first thing they do is to collect their fast salaries from the government. So where there is no money for fuel to keep the generators and on uninterrupted, they really don't care. All of them there. The other guy from the LCAA, I was telling you the other day, the guy is so interested in extravagance.
The one that is putting a cost in his office.
Yeah, exactly. The man is spending thousands of dollars to put soundproof in his office, put all kinds of things in your office. But they're coming back to tell us that bread causing current to go. I don't know how you see elaborating people, but it's important that you speak to this. This government, the way I like to close on this, I think the government is taking the Liberian people for granted.
And Abu, it is embarrassing. On a frank and sincere note, there have been successive governments that have come into that have been in power, right? The airport have experienced this issue about electricity, which has been a major challenge. But when a particular government wants to behave like, oh, they are expert and they got everything under control, if not for occurrences like birds and things, they will not have outage at the airport, then it is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
The guys were only trying to prove a point that we are on top of our game, and if not for things like the bird, we will not experience this, which is far from the reality.
It didn't happen Ellington.
It happened doing we are regime. I can remember, but then I was at Truth FM and I was assigned at the Senate. I can remember being at the Senate there when the senators were debating about the issue of the continuous electricity outage at the Rabos International Airport, and one of their recommendations were to ensure that they outsource the airport. So all of these things have happened before. We've experienced this, but when you want to feel like you got control over it, and if not for natural occurrence or unnatural things like the bird that you accusing today, you will not have electricity outage over there. Then it is terrible. The best you do is identify the problem, come with sincerity, identify the problem, and allow people who are supposed to hide. But you lying now. You're not telling the people that you stored on the field that can be to the airport that are supposed to or provide electricity. You're supposed to use the generator. You store them and just to give money to your concubines and things. Then you come and sit in front of the Liberian people representatives and lie to them and tell them that, oh, you see how you people can take the country, you can take the citizens for a joke in this country. Because these things are not affecting you when you won't go out. Current will be there. You'll leave the country.
You know what they said? They said LEC, when LEC did that stuff and enrolled them on the national grid. So basically, the fuel station there that's supposed to be supplying, they start carrying their girlfriend and carry a car and be taking the airport fuel. They mismanaged and abused the fuel, right? So when the problem came, it became difficult now for them to do anything possible. So all that period, the people's lives were in danger. Imagine telling the passengers, all of them weren't destined for Liberia, right?
Mm-hmm.
The plane that can come for Brussels, sometimes they take passengers from Sierra Leone for Ivory Coast, they pass with them, they drop people off. Imagine sending email to these people and telling them that the reason you experienced that life-threatening experience on the Liberian airport was due to birds.
And these are people who got expert knowledge and things.
Some people you tell them say,
y'all
coming to die, all of y'all going to die in Liberia, that bird then go cut the leg off. That thing makes sense to you. Well, how you're making the country to look so childish? And you're all being paid useless sum of money that you are not even contributing any innovative solution to Liberia's problem, right? Why are we paying these people all this money when they are not even solving the least of Liberia's problem? Just consistent administrative processes, right? You got deputy for administration. What he or she is doing, I do not know. Sit down there, sell the fuel, right? Pass around and share gas coupon to concubines. Then the airport goes out on current. You tell the people, you pull it on innocent birds. Innocent birds. Just imagine your own car this morning, or just wherever you are listening. Imagine sit down and think that a whole country comes and tell its people that the reason electricity went out on our airport is because birds sat on the wire, and as a result of that, they put the broker down. The transformer broker went down. This is so very, very irresponsible. Irresponsible. Right? Innocent birds. You tell me that be edible iron. They sit on there, they pull it down. But nothing is going to come from this, right? The Senate, if this is the very Senate that pardon Roland Giddings for Safuni $22.something million and put their rule all over the country. He said he built rules.
Then he admitted that he did not follow the law.
The law. Then he said, okay, we forgive you.
Forgive you, but don't do it again. So the Senate itself have made it. The people have made the legislature. People have made the legislature in the form that appointed government officials don't even respect you any longer, because these are the very people you can go to. Oh, my man, I get my family. You have to put a person on. You have to recruit the person over there. So because of your desire to ensure that your family members, your girlfriends, and people are recruited, you don't see it important to do due diligence to the workings of these individuals, because when you feel like when you push these guys, they could come up and start to take action against the very people you recommended there. So as a result of that, the majority of the population are left to suffer because of your personal interest. And that's why I see many of them passing all around here claiming to be, that conversation is another conversation. We'll keep it for another day.
Correct. So let's take a few calls on this, and then we will just run over the Nimba situation.
Yes,
there is a dramatic twist in all of that. So this birthing, Liberian people, Liberian people want to say something. This is the experienced government. This is the most educated government. This is the people who know how to govern. Imagine, remember they used to be saying, CDC people don't know how to govern. So this is what you call knowing how to govern, to lie.
So Abu, let me try to give our money to somebody here. *799 *70#.
To lie.
You receive 10,000 as instant cash prize. Somebody here has won something. I think 2 persons have won something, and I want to give them what they've won here, 10,000 each. *799 *70#. You stand a chance to receive 10,000 Liberian dollars as instant cash prize right here. Good morning.
Hello.
Morning.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, man. This is Hagar Gonda, and I'm here calling you from Freedom FM.
Matter Ben. Johnson.
Matter Ben?
Yeah, Ben. Matter Ben.
Banks?
Is it Banks?
Ben. B-E-N. B-E-N. Ben.
Oh, Ben.
Oh, okay, Ben. Okay. So you played the cash giveaway this morning. You can remember that?
Yes.
And how many times did you play?
My son from yesterday I've been playing today. I play on Twitter. When yesterday I played sub 8 times yesterday, I do nothing happened to me. So today I
So
played
you play 2 times today, you say?
Yeah.
So that is
Yeah.
to say you used only 400 $1 this morning.
Yeah.
But the
But
name,
yesterday I played.
yeah, let's forget about yesterday. That the name that is registered to this mobile money.
Yes, my son.
Okay, Mama, I thought you received 10,000 as instant cash prize as part of our winners this morning.
Thank you, my son. Been playing for a long time.
Yeah, okay. At least you want something. We hope that you continue to win something.
Thank you.
Sugar, I'm sending you some photos.
All right.
Yeah, that one can buy bigger, right?
That one buy.
What you want to say? So I'm sending you some photos. Monrovia, littered in poo water all over the street. Let the world see it. This is the rescue government. This is the experienced government. Mwali will be some all of your passing. Oh, you know, Mwali working with Mwali. This are more the water and the sewer system. All right, thing bossing all over. The 19 we issue. The most experienced government they want our monies. They'll be maintaining it small. They don't spoil everything. Right? So let's be taking calls while you're also viewing that. For those of you watching, right? Let's take like 5 calls and then we transition. So keep playing your cash giveaway. All right. Good morning, bro.
Good morning. Good morning, here, guys. And let me say good morning to our team.
Morning.
This is David King, and I do join you from somewhere in Phoenix.
Go ahead.
So, here, guys. That thing sounds very logical yesterday when I heard those guys talking about birds sat on the transformer and that was led to the outage. You see, you cannot lie about everything. Everything. It seems to be like lies finished for these guys. They no longer have any lies to tell, but they are now manufacturing lies and even lying on birds. Animal and birds, they lying on it. So that was so asking me, what there's something the bird wing or the foot that they use to cut off the line.
But that's the same question I'm asking here too.
Yeah, because yesterday, even the other fellow that was sitting by the man who was talking about birds, the guy he had to bang his head down in laughter. You know, that is to tell you they were lying. You see, why would these people come and lie about everything that they told us, and they are even telling us lies while in leadership?
Okay, thank you very much. That's the $1 million question. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning to Freedom FM family, and good morning to my peace-loving people.
Good morning. Go to the point.
Yeah, this is Efanso Kamal. Join this conversation from a peaceful resident this morning, transformer community to be perceived. Thank you for the topic of the discussion. I have the issue on electricity problem. Electricity is life. And this day we are experiencing a lot of fluctuation of electricity.
So that the bread,
the government said that the bread's causing the fluctuations and the outages.
How can the bread cause the fluctuation of the electricity?
Many of us,
our women there are selling the freezer materials. Many of them is poor. And it's not supposed to be that we provide service. We go buy our own current.
All right. Thank you very much. Abdul Khan, let's hear you.
Thank you, Abu, for the recognition for the public. This is your gatekeeper, the national gatekeeper of the Mali coalition. Abu, this government is a monument of falsehood. Everything Bouaka and his gang will do in this country, they will continue to lie. What power press has to destroy transformer? For those of us who have opportunity to go out, the Heathrow Airport, you will see thousands of breads, but electricity is stable. But you see this regime, they got no attention to develop. They got no intention on developing this country. They came under the canopy of lies. So the state think that they are campaigning.
But the citizen seems to be believing what they say.
No, the citizens feel that a few citizens are benefiting from the crumbs. But let me say this. My disappointment is in our people at the level of the Liberian Senate. Right there, That man's supposed to be charged for lying on the oath and taken to jail. But again, they allow the men to play mockery out of the Liberian people.
And walk
As
out.
representative of us at the level of the Liberian Senate, I see this as a slap in our faces. And I think the Senate need to recall the guys to come back and apologize to the country. It's got nothing to do with transformer destruction. You know, like you said, they prefer taking their fat salary, stress tax, and forget about buying electricity for the standby generator. So everything got nothing to face here.
Okay.
They didn't come to rescue anything. They only came to rescue themselves. Thank you.
Okay, the national gatekeeper of the Congress for Democratic Change, Abdul Kane, soon to be married, man. Oh, I forgot to ask you, man. Good morning.
Good morning, Apollo. Good morning, here, guys. Good morning, gentlemen.
We are fine.
This is the boss of the sign that Joy was talking this before. This morning, I just want to, as a citizen of Liberia, ask for the grateful more to take a man to the airport and get those birds arrested. Not only arrested.
But do you agree in the first place that birds are capable of cutting the transformer off?
Those guys with military responsibility. Everything they will simply. Today, in that CEC, they began burning. People came for the 2 years experience of their state. They become everything they will look for to the same blame. Everything will never take responsibility that what is like three problems against yourself, they will not solve it. Because in order for you to solve a problem, you got to take responsibility. No responsible leader can succeed. You got to be a responsible leader. But since they want the to be comical, they'll make it comical. So I would ask them to arrest no bread, and I only arrest them, but they will also declare no-go zone and no bread. So you got bread, you will always fly the line. So then you declare a big no-go zone for bread. So bread can go there.
Okay, no-go zone for birds. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
No-go zone from no-go zone for motorcycle and no-go zone for birds. Go ahead, let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm Sacramento Challenge, the chairman for the Voice of Prayer. The country I fought for Joe.
Sacramento Dennis, let's hear you.
Yeah. Thank you for the topic on the discussion. You see, when you see people who know Fasata in other things and you place them there, these are things they can get comfortable about. These are challenges. I'm going to carry it for the Senate there. How can brands go and destroy the attention now of the entire airport? Why that happened before? Or you just bring it disgrace to all. We have a lot of international partners in the country here that listening to all the media outlets in the country and going above understanding our entire dynamic of politics or living in the country. Now, when you go and tell people say, what Brussels on the way coming to land, the whole airport went off. They are hearing some party members from that other side, and they are saying that it not happened before. Where happened here? What a disgrace! What a disgrace!
Oh, they say it not happened before?
Some of them right here are talking now in the city.
Okay, let's talk to this person from my end here.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Morning, you live on the radio. Go ahead.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
My name is Rodelius ASGOGN, and I join you this morning. Abu is laughable, but it is serious. And I'm begging every citizen right now that we can see how best we for our bread, because the bread still that are left have been spreading that promise.
My man, we're talking about no coming on the airport where people citizens are going to die in their country. Then you say find lawyer for birds. Do you agree that birds are able to cause that level of international embarrassment for the country?
That's what I want to go and vote. Because they need a lawyer and we can to help in the process to advocate on behalf of
people, citizens were going to die on our airport here, and the government tells us that birds were the one that cut the power off. Good morning.
Good morning, hey guy, how you doing?
Good morning.
What? This kind of lies is too blown. The disgraced country. You know, if you are lying continuously from the home,
you will have to continuously lie outside. It is disgraceful.
Mm-hmm.
This government is placing the country into predicament. That disgraced the country all of the time. Let them go. Let Gregory Kuma go and spray the bell.
And what we've been able to gather about the issue of birds at airport is that the birds are always at other international airports. They are always let's say the airport authority will always drive these birds away because they are potential threat to the aircraft. When it enters the engine of the aircraft, it damages the engine, and as such, the airport authority will always drive the bird. But there is no record to prove that any part of the world, maybe the rescue people can bring that record. There is no record to prove that bird has been able to cut electricity off any airport.
So, my man, just conclude your point.
Yeah, sure. That's what I'm saying. Especially the country into predicament, thus damaging the image of the country.
But they men are old men. This is the oldest man to be president in our country. This is disgraceful.
Oh boy, he doesn't have brain.
Okay. Oh boy, no
older
brain.
People are wiser.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the older people are wiser and can give.
So what happened? Bagada old man too. Bagada old man too. So what happened to why's brain?
But I don't know what Bagada.
You feeling weak to talk about? Yeah, man. But yeah, I mean, for this is defying nature. Hello, good morning.
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 Morning. How are you?
Yeah, we're fine.
I was speaking to you from Fuya District.
From Swing,
Fuya District.
From Fuya. How are you monitoring us through the internet?
You know, I just called people to inform you that information something that our president went to. So I think Kosovo made friends with the president of Kosovo.
Mm-hmm. Kosovo.
Yeah, Kosovo. So they gave me some bread. He brought in two other informants. One of the bread came in Morovia. Those are the bread that causing trouble for our food.
So, but how you might know that they gave the president bread in Kosovo?
They made friends with the man because they already invested in Kosovo that bread. And that was the bread that he brought.
You know that the president brought bread.
Money from this money.
This is Edmond Money.
Yeah.
We'll be happy.
I'm sure you got record of bread cutting off electricity at any airport around the world. Please say all that.
No, there is no record. What I know of about 2009 to Ellington into the US. Brussels faced about 60 USD of bread enter the engine and
exactly.
You gotta see at the airport they find the brought in use flight to take them away. They got to work on the plane.
Yeah, the bread will have to leave the aircraft before they do anything.
But for a bread to set on electrical wire or transformer to call it off, this is the biggest job we need to put it on. That's what you can't.
What kind of problem is that boy?
Responsibility.
So Edmond, imagine when that thing, Edmond, imagine when that thing was going to result into accident.
Coming into Liberia, they need to start using RRA before the bird around them. Because the bird have now invaded RRA according to our government. This is national security threat for our that comes in and up. So they need to declare that airport no go slow. So that flight will start coming back. This is embarrassing.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Right.
So, hey guys, imagine if that thing was going to lead or result to any kind of problem. The foreigners that were on that aircraft, right? We're going to call their families and their relatives in their different countries and tell them, say, oh, that the burden caught the cover off on the airport. That was your man died, your pa died in the road. Can you imagine? Good morning. Good Good morning. Go ahead. You're live. So we are sharing live pictures from the streets of Monrovia. Oh.
Telling you, man, the fleet out here, the birds out here, the noise, the quality sound so
Okay.
All
All right. Thank you very much. So it's like Hussein here who has some idea on the possibility of this thing. Let's hear Hussein. Hussein.
So, my man, I'm not an electrical engineer. So,
now maybe you know something about Brad Courtney.
I'm not an electrical engineer. Yeah, so thank you for the privilege given me this morning. Good morning to your listeners.
But and you can defend government. Government says something, so you won't defend it.
In fact, it could be your sister, brother, or classmate who were on our flight and things happened.
I agree.
Anything that would have gone bad, it would have affected you or myself.
Correct.
So, what of politics? Listening to the hearing yesterday when they appeared before the Senate. But we are in big problem, or it's not a problem, but we are in trouble. You have engineers, electrical engineers, who serve into different areas, and they went and sat before senators who does not have a bit of understanding of what those guys were saying. That is the biggest disappointment because, mind you, those guys were using that technology, which of course they don't understand any of those technology that we're using.
Oh, okay.
If they were experts in those fields, they would have deterred as to whether what they were saying were true or they were lying. Then right away, they would have called an expert or hire an expert to come and sit in that section and ask you, what is it that these guys are saying? Is it true? Is it possible? Then we have explained.
But since we get an expert here, we're trying to look at it from a layman perspective now. Of course, you can give a layman perspective. And, you know,
yeah, no, but I'm not an engineer to lie on your show and tell you that it's possible or it's not possible. So, for the benefit of your audience, because I think people should listen to the radio.
So when you heard that thing, were you shocked by that, or?
Well, yeah, that was the first of it guys who have heard such things, right? Although I'm not an engineer, so I don't know the possibility whether it is possible or not.
Okay,
so I was shocked to have listened to that.
So Hussein is saying we should get the engineers to come and talk, right?
Yeah, that would be a very good thing.
So the one who were talking yesterday, I told they're not engineers then.
They were fooling those empty-headed senators and who doesn't want to say anything.
Okay, so now you agree that they fool the senators. That means thereby they fool all of us.
But there should be an investigation.
No. You already said they fool the senators.
Yeah, but because they fool them in a sense, they don't understand what they were saying. So, let's say you go, I say on our own, we investigate what? Are you an engineer, electrical engineer? You are not. So, you need an engineer in your office, you need an expert in your office to inform you as a senator. But they don't have any of those, they have so politicians.
Okay, so you believe they took advantage of the senators' limitation, engineering limitation, right?
Oh, yes, Abu, that's the part.
And then
that's
they fooled them.
That's the real part. That's the real part. So, I think what we should be calling for as Liberians, we should elect people who have expertise in different fields. So that when those things happen, it affects us directly, regardless of the political side. I know it has some political implication.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
From this house. Star 799 hash, reply with star 799 star 70 hash. We're giving out 10,000 here as cash prize. Morning.
Yeah, morning, Eka.
Morning.
Yeah, Eka, this, Roger. Correction. Milton Weston Gapine. He is an electrical engineer. He has a master's degree in electrical engineer. Milton Weston Gapine set a record. He's an engineer. He's an electrical engineer. And that's why he has a degree in everything. So that person doesn't lie. They are not go to electrical engineering.
Okay, so
people want us to believe that Joseph Boyka is strong.
I proved yesterday, no?
No, I'm saying like the individual. He said it was based on the vulnerability that the guy said what he said. Because they were that knowledgeable. What I'm saying, there are individuals who are knowledgeable, who are engineers, electrical engineers will be the ones.
All right, thank you very much. So for those of our friends outside of the country, we are sharing photos of what and how your city streets look like in Monrovia lately. There are poo all over the place. Poo all over the place. We did not put it there. This is Monrovia under Buakai, the very Monrovia. These are the streets Buakai is riding a $1.2 million armor-plated vehicle on. You have poo water all over the screen, and then you're buying $1.2 million vehicle. But then it has something to do with decision making. But let's talk about the birds. Good morning. Good morning. I'm fine. Let's hear you.
I would sorry to say this one when I listen to you all the time. He wanted me what he want to say and what he want to do and that's what I want to need tomorrow. One of the government officials will say more. He talked about you didn't know what is counselor, you didn't know what is power. Engineer. If you want to say that if people went to the Senate and before the Senate, people had sense to understand that what is he and what other people see. He always shows that he has sense.
There is no difference between saying and the others.
He talk about an engineer, but the guy that they call an engineer, he's always talk nonsense on the radio. Sorry to say, thank you.
No, okay. Yeah. Uzi and Masi doing their
tomorrow Husi and Masisi will be here from 9 o'clock straight up to 10 o'clock. And
you gotta protect the brother.
Good
morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Zeze Gabriel Mola, calling from Chikizu Factory.
Zeze Gabriel Mola, go ahead, Zeze.
Yeah, you guys, don't you know that the particular president, the investigation is an after attack on our airport?
And I asked on attack. Asked on girls to do with fire. That fire. So the Brennan that asked on attack they carry on the airport.
Yeah. They wanted to point out there, but yeah, that the current book found I want to make it. It doesn't go to put on investigate. We need to probably not to stop investigation in that thing. In the next year now, we need to get a job something to get to our seat. But if we can't, not to lead the water and put it right.
Let's talk to Thank you. Please, move away from your monitor. Morning. You prepare for tomorrow? Who says he's prepared for you and him to meet at 9 o'clock here at Freedom FM?
Prepare tomorrow by 9 I will be there.
So
100% prepare in my lapa. I mean, I will be there prepare tomorrow at 9 o'clock. So all my followers, you all figure out tomorrow in the morning. It will not be your sport day tomorrow.
And when Hussein refuse to come tomorrow, we're not picking a call again. Me, I get no issue.
No, don't threaten the man. No, kind of. Yeah, don't threaten the man. But Masisi, you bro, why you won't go debate with somebody that go university?
Go university, yeah, Masisi, that man.
My son, with all the technical places we went to, my name is about the coach brain. I think I can see a face that black. You understand? Don't really think what I do. No, that says me book. Then I'm saying that says book together. And today you are reading it today. So you didn't happen or you're not going to school.
All right, okay, fine. Let's talk about the bread business now. They say bread and put the apple off the current.
Yeah. No, I'm going. Hey guys, what's on this? Yesterday for our country yesterday. And I don't let blind lawyer this thing there. Who think you always do? I know you are the spokesman for water to say you get it open and comfort time. Maybe they get it open and to be responding. And when you respond, hey, but when it's wrong, you will come and defend. When you come and defend and say that it's red, like this is for the capital building and something that happened. No, let's be real interested. We are very happy. Let's see what the government will pass on what it is. doing that. So let him defend what he said last time. Anytime he said it, what he said last time, it was wrong. Anything that happened. You know, when you're not in that thing, my son, it's easy for you to say party. But when you come to that place, you know, how they see them, they ask. What happened to them? They keep the power with life, and they start hoping to get it. They get secure the power. They will take care of that. I was saying, my son, you want to do, but you know, do better. You want to get into a water administration before you finish the job. Instead, you say that it's a favor. But for them, they take money out of the house. They will run and do that. So we'll be there tomorrow. Thank you. And then for me, my son. We had my son yesterday. They said they played it. And they put it now then for going at the airport to go to America. The one what happened yesterday. So that's the money. Let's buy them money. So what is trying to do is that they are letting me and they need bread for.
Okay. Thank you,
All right,
Martin.
Masisi.
You get debate here tomorrow. So good morning.
Yeah. Good morning once again, Brother Abu. This is a Pastor Kamara calling back again.
Is that the bread Benny had to you bow with?
Yeah, I want to put a bread case to rest because it's listed argument. It has no protection. The feel that we are stupid people.
Baba, you call him 2 times. You call one, then you call again. Let it hurt you.
And yesterday, so much people on the condition bread and so long. Are you kidding me? If we take out the people who we do not go to school, we are more educated than some of them who occupy government offices today. That's because of stupid get education. We are not stupid. We are not saying something irrelevant or elementary. Because it's not the lecture to say that to the thing. It doesn't know, I'm sorry, it's foolish. They have no protection to even say who the brother say that. This is my it's your own daughter can not even say that kind of thing. The brother will cause that tension and that is cause this population is going to go on in this country for any aspect. They will try to pull their act together. They do it in a better way. They will put there to do the bigger job for the people. They are going to lead a direct and escape out of this country.
The man say we lead the bread up because it's hurting. Good morning. Yeah.
Morning.
We already that the experience government say that boy can color electricity now.
Tomorrow, I will give bread and money to go to the air. Support. Online on it.
What kind of problem you find out in the country?
Yeah.
All right. You must get in
Star 799 hash reply with star 799 star 70 hash. We will pick another winners. We'll do another draw to get one or two winners after Abu got called there. Let's pick this one from the end. Star 799 star 70 hash. Let's talk to this person.
Hello.
Morning.
Good morning, Abu.
Good morning.
Morning.
Morning from Ghana State.
From Kanto, how are you monitoring us?
You say you call it from Ganta?
Yeah, I just called this morning.
Okay.
So you're watching the show on your phone or you're listening to radio?
I listen to radio.
Okay.
Yeah, I just called.
Mm-hmm.
From the key there, they confetti. God bring capital to tell them. Tell them, they need to call the way soon. I mean, I don't have soon, but what you got before? Not
We hearing birds behind you. Be careful. Where they cut the wire in your phone. All right, my brother. Let's talk to this person. Star 799 star 70 hash. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Abu.
Morning.
I'm J. Jeremiah Farmer calling from the Ministry of Kakata.
At least you found, but go ahead.
Go ahead, Mr. Farnball.
Okay. I want the people to understand. The prophet spoke about calamity.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean to shoot on. Calamity can come in any direction. So if
Brass can bring it.
In Nigeria, know that the calamity, the prophet coming, and we should expect them all to come there. And one of the things is that it's not good to have a leader with chicken.
What chicken?
You have a leader with 60 brains, the country is perished.
So please talk to your city mayor there in Kakata so that you drive all the birds away before they get something to do with your current there.
All right. Thank you very much.
So,
star 799 star 70 hash.
air when Kevin Devin called the people
Yeah,
of
where's
the
you?
election
Yeah, where's
commission,
you?
and the train said the money cannot be reformed. So that I'm when I'm using that the wrong campaign, I will swear they were the black country. If people were dying in the country, they have to be here, I would not go. If people were dying in the country, we're not happy, then I would not go. I will swear them. If my big person are buried, big person in the country of future. Y'all buried it. Up the rental. Y'all buried big person in the country. I think sure black country, y'all will suck. One now, one of them, y'all.
So are you calling for refund of your payment that you pay for
Yeah,
registration?
I need reason on air when Kevin Devin called the people at the election commission, and the train said the money cannot
we
be
didn't get in
reformed.
time, my people.
So that
So
I'm when
that's
I'm
why
using that the wrong campaign, I will swear they were the black country.
Simon Terry Government. There's the actor Simon Terry Government.
If person were down in the country, we're not happy, then I would not go. I will swear them. If my big person are buried, big person in the country of future. Y'all buried it. Up the rental. Y'all buried big person in the country. This sure black country, y'all will suck. Man, I wouldn't know one of y'all.
That electric King Kong, the rescue electric.
Yeah.
So, but basically, so yesterday, while we were with our guys to come, Arvin, I don't know if Arvin's around, the guys can usher him in. So, day before yesterday, the president went on Benson Street, and then we followed.
Requested for the change?
Yeah, we followed the interaction. So, and yesterday we held a conversation about it, explaining everything that actually transpired with the president and the marketeers there. So apparently, when the president got back to his office, he was angry about the fact that he requested for change.
Oh, you were angry with his
Yeah, it leaked to the media, and we were talking about it, and citizens were latching at him. So in no time, he sent his cousin, the nephew, the Mora City mayor, to go and take the people from the place.
Mm-hmm. But I think the president, I don't know, but Abu, what was the president thinking when he had his guys there begging the people, consistently asking them how they feel? He did not know that there were cameras.
And all of that. So when they went and watched the video and saw everything and followed our analysis and conversations about it, they said, "Oh, but then the people showed disrespect to the president, so they do not need to be here. So let's go and move them from there."
And that's why
the president, because hey guys, let's talk so and talk. So presidency, they're not joke. Presidency, they're not joke. Some of those people is their first time in their life to see a president stand before them, right? That must be a memory that they will never forget, that they will translate from generation to generation. They will tell their children, and those children will tell their grandchildren that your grandma used to be selling here, and then the president came and bought for her. There's that story. It'll be a story. It'll be a family story, right? But unfortunately, the president did not create it. The president did not create that kind of picture when visited with the people. Stood before them and shamefully requested for change.
10 hour change, coins. I will give you coins.
Right? And shamefully requested for change, whatever. But the fact that the president, somebody was telling me,
that change been on his lawn. Oh, yeah, between
nobody,
we'll call it and bring it here for you. We play the president request, but where is my change? That is big voice.
Right? So the thing is, Hega, a lot of people were expecting, for example, that market, so some people can go some day, some people can go some day. So those who were present on that day, that hour when the president came, right? A friend told me, say, I thought the president dropped someone 10,000 for the people so that when he left, they would just share money. I said 10,000 where? The president requested for change. I bought pineapple and sent a protocol to go ask people for change. So, but they thought that thing will not come to the public. And for us, when we're watching these things, we're looking for the details. When you're here for that, your thing and what you do, a whole president in the country will give you money in your car, the money there. Take it and give to the people. Let the people feel you. When you come somewhere, let the citizen feel your presence. Let them know that the president was here. Then you get vetted. Next thing you send officials to go and move the people from on the road.
Which is bad. Which is bad. It just proves that the people got no hope around. They got no other thing. They can't speak their mind. When you speak your mind, the president got the power to order that you be removed from where you are. So now Liberians are just in a state where they are not comfortable with where they are, what they are experiencing. But hey, they can't speak it out because when you speak, if you are not making business, where they will come and clear you off the street, then your life could be haunted. So it's terrible, and our whole country now is just something that we can just speak about again. It's bad. The president went out. He, instead of him blaming his,
He said why the journalists were asking the people how you feel about the president. They didn't express excitement. They didn't say their feelings.
So
You blame the people.
you don't want to get the fakeness out of a person. The people are not or having any impact of this government. What you expect them to say? They pretend to you.
Those kind of things are organic. And if you're not there, you're not there. So it couldn't even click to the people's mind that they had to express excitement. Oh, I'm very happy that the president not come. Blah blah blah. The people could not say that to you, Mr. President. You're angry. You send people to go and remove poor Liberian parents. They have been there for years. Yes, sending their children to school, sending their grandchildren to school, so that tomorrow those children will be able to take them, right? So that there will not be liability on the society. When the old people get old, when their children are not prepared to take care of them, they abandon them. Then they become beggars in the communities. Then we say, oh, the old people, then man, they can sit down one place, this, that. So you're denying them the opportunity to prepare their children, their grandchildren to take care of them tomorrow. For you in your old age, you scheme the Liberian people that made you president, so you enjoy you riding $1.2 million car. But let's take break with Crime Stopper.
Let's try to give out money to somebody. Or you want us to take Crime Stoppers and come back?
Yeah, let's do.
So star 799 hash. Reply with number star 799 star 70 hash. Star 799 star 70 hash is the code. Then you stand a chance to receive instant cash price of 10,000 Liberian dollars. So we're about to call another person here. We're about to call another winner here. Somebody who has won money here. Star 799 star 70 hash. Alvin we say is already here in studio, and very shortly we'll be crossing over to him right here. So this person we are calling. Hope you pick your call. You've won something here. Let's see. Let's see the issue of the network. Okay, so we call you for the second time. Star 799 star 70 hash. For just 200 Liberian dollars, you stand a chance to receive instant cash price of 10,000 Liberian dollars right here, right now. Right here, right now, right here. So if this person cannot pick on this try, we do the final, then we move on. If you can pick, you've won 10,000 Liberian dollars. If you can pick, then we move on. Star 799, star 799 hash, star 799 star 70 hash.
My change.
Star 799.
I say my change.
I will make every proud face.
I say my change.
So let's see if this person can pick on this final try. We move on. We move on right here. It's star 799 star 70 hash. 7 minutes past 9 o'clock, and let's see. We still trying to give out money to this person. If you can pick now, I don't know the office will call, but we're not. Yes. So we can take Crime Stopper.
Okay. So the government continues to carry on more demolitions of poor people homes. And yesterday we're listening to some of the citizens were saying that the poor homes are being destroyed while the corporate elites properties are being bypassed. So when they reach to where the guests own a corporate man, they bypass, and when they go for the masses, they break their structures and push them down the poverty ladder. Well, let's take a walk. We'll come stop and we'll come back. I mean, it's here already. We'll talk other issues. This break, we will be right back.
It's about musical. There are crimes in many places. In every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hands for the right authority. Tell it can't take care of it. Crime stopper here for us. Bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor. If you see a human talking, I mean you check. You work for your safety. If you see a don't keep it. I'm proud to report. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and make it before them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and make it before them before. Crime stopper, Liberia. From the center to interior, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, old man Sam Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it before them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it before them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia. From the center to interior, crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. No boyfriend, no worries.
Do you want the professionals to fix your car, or do you need an original spare parts for your vehicle? Well, worry no more. Macabre Garage and Spare Parts on the bypass opposite Orange Head Office is that place. At Macabre, we provide the following services: mechanical, technical work, computer diagnosis and scanning, key duplication and programming, air conditioning, alarm system, and body wagon spray. We also sell genuine and generic spare parts for Range Rover, Mercedes-Benz, Suzuki, Chevrolet Tahoe, Nissan and Mazda, and most American cars. The good news is that Macabre has its head garage in the Bronx, New York, the USA, where we have a huge stockpile of old synthetic mobile oil that is very good for your vehicles. Some of these oils, when used, can service your vehicle by itself for up to 4 to 6 months. We have gas treatment and fuel injector cleaner, original from the USA. We can get you any spare part for your car in Liberia from America in 4 working days, even if we are not the one working on your car. We also order spare parts for other garages in Liberia. We have a tow truck service. Get in touch with us. Just call 0778 324 567, 0778 320 366, or 0778 324 566. Macabre Garage and Spare Parts, Liberia's #1.
Okay, thanks for rejoining us. If you just joining us, let's say welcome. This is Freedom 87.9, and this is so. Like we promised you this morning, we got with us here in studio a very young and energetic, patriotic Liberian who believe in the progress of our country, despite a political affiliation. He has always been there, ensuring that the rights of our people is always upheld by government and things that are needed to be done by national government to improve the lives of Liberians is always done. Avin Wise is here with us this morning. Avin, good morning.
Hey God, let me say thank you so much for that splendid and brilliant introduction. Thanks for what you doing here. And let me say good morning to you, Abu Sherry, Comrade Abu Sherry, Firebrand, first fire journalist, and a greetings to our supporters, our sympathizers of policy. It's an honor to always uh, be at this great platform, on this great platform, to speak to issues of national concern.
How has it been like for Avin of recent? The last time you left from here, too many things have happened. Considering all of those that are happening, you as a Liberian who always have the quest and the desire to ensure that the lives of the people are improved, considering the workings of the government. What's your thought?
Well, the first thing is that I don't think technically we have a government. Technically we have a government because when you understand governance, when you understand governance from the perspective of the French philosopher Baron de Maupassant, he postulated that in order to have a government, in order to have a wholesome functional government, a government that is organized and very responsible, there must be three branches that must be very proactive and that must exist in any functional and civilized democracy. So the judiciary branch must be very functional and independent. We spoke about that. The executive branch of government must be functional and independent. We spoke about that. Then the legislative branch has to be independent without interference. I mean, that's why you see today the United States of America has modeled, is democracy from the French philosopher, postulate on the functions of the three branches of government. So if you look at Liberia from the context of what we speak from here, if you're going to ask the question, we have a government in actuality, in real sense, as in the world, any society, the government that doesn't have system and control, in the absence of system and control, in the absence of the independence of the three branches of government, we have that's not a government. It is a dictatorship. It's a state rule government by just few people, but not government. Because the government, I mean, we have to give meaning to government by the three branches of functioning independently without interference.
So, having the last time he came here, we talked on several other issues, but today we just want to jump into the hard code of conversations, especially the latest, the most developing ones. I'm sure you've seen our president new vehicle.
Yeah. So, this political mistake. Waga is a political mistake. This political mistake that will impose. I will be very clear and be very emphatic. Mr. Bwakai, Joseph Nimba Bwakai, has been imposed on the Liberian people by historical mistake, by electoral mistake, and political accident. And this is the reason why you can see clearly that if you look between the lines, you realize that anyone who has been imposed on a particular group of people to govern, that person does not care. You understand? So, yesteryears, Waka vomited political verbal diarrhea in several campaign promises that he made to Liberian populace. He said he could have ridden wheelbarrow to go to the executive branch. He said that. This man also told us clearly This guy is a dangerous, pathological liar. He told us that Waka was living alone. Waka said that to the Liberian parents. Yet you,
But it's obvious that once
no,
you
I'm
start-
saying, someone who have been a parasite on government, a political liability, and been in government bureaucracy for 42 years of useless and worthless existence, say you are living alone. Now, how can this man who say you are living alone? Here's the contrast. Here is the irony, not just irony, but the irony of situation, the irony of time. The man who said you are living on loan, and the man who said that you take wheelbarrow to go to the executive mansion, right? It's the same man in the kind of devastating economy. Look at the economy. There's crisis all over the country. Chaotic. There's political disintegration in the state. There's political chaos in the country. The society now is plagued by unprecedented circumstances that are creating serious panic and disaster in the country. And instead of this man trying to usher in posterity measures that will lessen the burden on the citizens, measures that will improve the condition of the masses, the poor masses, not just the masses, but the sovereign masses of our people. The guy is brave to ride a modern Lexus vehicle that worth 1.2 million United States dollars. And not only that, they may just fronting with private jet, flying from Monrovia to Foya, from Foya to Sierra Leone, and come back to the country. So if you look at him from what he said during the campaign period to what he's doing in governance, it tells you that he is a monument of contradiction. That's what Mao Zedong told us as a student of revolutionary science. When Mao told over the Chinese Republic, and from the combatants of the Nationalist Party led by some reactionary forces, he was clear. He said, in order to improve the economic and social condition of the masses of people in China, he said we must be able to exist not only in theories but in practice. Most at times and most often and too often in Liberia, people are better version of leaders when they just take theories and promises and pledges. But in practical reality and sense, they do not exist in practice. That is the irony. That's the situation with Mr. Wakai. And today, these unscrupulous, stunning barbarians who are now gallivanting under the mantra of the rescue mission shenanigans are now frustrated and they are ashamed. Some are buying their heads. Insane.
But with all of these things that you are saying, I mean, just quickly, I want to let you know that Masisi is listening. So you know she got issues.
I speak for the general masses of our people. Listen to me. I speak for the general masses of our people. I don't want you.
But Masisi should be a part of that.
Excuse me.
Masisi should be a part of that.
Hello.
So
I don't want you. Listen.
You have to.
No. Excuse me.
So are you saying that Masisi, people like Masisi should not follow the conversation?
Gotta stop this. Let us be very honest and go to the Liberian issues. I mean, to go and speak. I mean, that's a distraction.
Okay, so fast forward. With all of what you've explained, there are still Liberians, especially supporters of the rescue mission, that still feel that the government is doing better, the government is working. Just late on yesterday evening, I saw somebody, Patrick Honda, posting the road between Mount Barclay to the dry rest market. The second layer of quota has been placed there, and the government is claiming that project. The government is talking about the chicken soup factory rule and several other rule projects across the country. With all of these things, comparing it with the first term or the first year of Weah's regime,
the government has not built new rules, has not what to initiate.
What about the chicken soup factory rule?
I'm saying the government, everything the government is doing here now, they are all like one of our senior comrades said that they are all vision theft. Everything the government is operating on. It's been there's a borrowed platform, that's a borrowed implementation. The government of Liberia, under His Excellency President John Mahama, we have initiated all of the projects, the major roads, the different feeder roads in the country, in Central Monrovia, its environs, across Liberia. major rules in the country were initiated, and some of the rules are
We're
ongoing.
talking about implementation. Here.
No, but the implementation were being implemented. Some were ongoing until we transition the country. The government on Baka has not told us clearly where are the main rules that they have broken ground for. They got to tell us during our time, during our administration under the auspices of the Excellency President George Manawiya. I mean, we broke ground for rules. Has the government broken down ground for rules? Has the government broken grounds for rules? Abu, new rules. Let them tell all where are the new rules that they have broken grounds for. So I'm not here for Mo Ali. Mo Ali is one of the incompetent rescue.
Patrick Horner, actually.
Oh, Patrick Horner. But what do you expect from Patrick Horner? The man generator makes about 3,500, and at the detriment of civil servants, at the detriment of teachers, at the detriment of health workers in the country. Is it not a provocation?
What's your fair assessment about education under this government?
Well, I think education on the government is a colossal mess. It's not only a mess, but it's a catastrophe. The reason is that when we took over on our administration, we're very clear. No civilized society, advanced democracy can exist in terms of can improve when the educational system is underfunded or is not being attended to. Because if you want to have the next engineers, doctors, and economists and accountants, senators, and whoever, I mean, these people are products and they're offshoots of what a vibrant educational system should look like. And so, if you look at the CDC's first year in office, what we did was unprecedented in our political history. To deal with unemployment issue, to deal with illiteracy issue, we must tackle education, which is a barrier.
Okay,
it's a barrier, and so we moved to free education, for example, at every public college and university. We declared that with no reservation,
creating access to
education as a pathway to reducing illiteracy. To reducing illiteracy and increasing literacy in our country, so that people get, employing the
ignoring quality.
Both.
Was it hand in hand?
No.
Your focus was just access to education.
No, not just access. We digitize the university as a conduit and means of, the quality you're talking about. So we also, revisited some of the appeal policies where students should stand on, in lines on queue just to register, so the student can sit homes.
How is that different from what this government is pursuing?
What the government is doing, every government should have her own way of dealing with issues. I'm not seeing this government on a Bwaka. Tackling education. They say, since it has come to power, this is one intervention that we have made. Here is it. We can simply say, there's a framework, there's a blueprint on our CDC. We can say, if you talk about free education in Nigeria, you say, yes, it's the CDC. We're talking about free work.
The government have said they're reforming the system. They inherited a broken education system.
When you talk about digitally, the universal library registration process, you talk to CDC. What has the government done? What is the major intervention? I'll let you.
They are cleaning the system. Clean what system? By what means? They say you left a mess.
By what means? You students are demonstrating all around the place. What is it cleaning? No chairs.
There are challenges involved when you're trying to clean the system.
Let me tell you,
incompetent teachers, incompetent teachers, bloated part-time lecturers, and all of these.
Those are inconsequential. They are immaterial to sustainable educational development. Those are inconsequential, immaterial conversation.
The quality.
What I grew up assisted for over 50 years plus.
You mean the quality of teachers are inconsequential?
No, what I'm saying, for a political party that have been in the corridor of power for 12 years, 12 years, since year on out to the United Party will be about, I think, 18 years, something like, if I'm not mistaken. For this political party that have been in the corridor of power for 12 years and 6 years, I'm going to have another 10 you will not know up to date the challenges and the complexity that the educational system of our country is faced with. You want to tell me now they are still looking at payroll issue, they are still looking at other minor issues in the educational system, when other civilizations, universities in Ghana, for example, in Sierra Leone, at Legon, or at Makerere University in Uganda, in Pretoria, in Cape Town, people are moving to STEM education. People talking about science, education, talking about technology. People talking about engineering. When the people are advancing in publications, professors are teaching from their books.
They say the government left unpaid salaries to teach us, and that's what they be faced with.
The Unity Party, when we took over the Unity Party, we inherited debts. We did not complain. Why is the Unity Party keep shifting blame? When we took over the Unity Party 2017, 2018 president, we are LEC was indebted. We pay for that. There were international debts, domestic debts. We pay for that. So if you cannot handle minor issues like teacher salary and you want to shift blame, then what you came to power for? You came to power to say rescue. On the rescue mantra, when you say rescue, it means that you want to ensure that things that are drowning, you want to have them resuscitated. You want to have a whole recovery system.
Are they not rescuing the education system?
Yeah, they are rescuing the educational system very well. That's why they are.
Okay, so you agree that?
Yeah, they are rescuing the educational system. That's why they have made no intervention.
What is your argument?
The argument is that they are really rescuing the educational system. Well, that's the reason why today there is one single policy that affects education. They are rescuing the educational system. That's why thousands of university students that are listening today are frustrated and they are disappointed. No buses, no chairs. Students are not in the MCSS system, educational system. They are still being subjected to the unorthodox system of the two-way party learning, where they have to sit on bare flow. They have to go and protest because the teachers are not in classrooms and they are frustrated all around the country. That is it. That is the rescue.
MCSS student protest is not unique to this government. It has happened. But I think the one I want to ask you about the government's response, the way the government responded to the student.
That is, I mean, you know that the government is any government. Let me say this to you: any government that does not enjoy popular mandates, the democratic legitimacy, whether in the streets, or even at the central bureaucracy in the governance system among the civil servant, or across the political landscape, always jitters, always panics. Any government for that matter. I mean, you saw that the government came to power just on a tiny margin. Very, very infinitesimal, very small margin. So the government doesn't have legitimacy. That's why you see all of our reactions, all of the government's reactions are always detrimental to our own existence. You can see clearly.
Job creation.
Running after students, pity them, and brutalizing them. I can shoot loud bullet at innocent student who is asking.
Did the government shoot loud?
I mean, shooting tear gas at students who were asking that we want to go to school. Why is wrong? But for students to demand that the teachers must go back to classroom because they want to learn. Your children in this country, your children are not in this country. They're in the diaspora. They have been taught in the British educational system, the American educational system. They've gone to Asian countries. They've been taught in that system. But because the poor people children from Do community, from Clarendon, from West, from Dukuta, they go to Tomeha, they go to Boswan. Now, you come here and you sit down and say students underperform in national examinations. How can you prepare students adequately to go to national examination when they're out of classes perpetually? While your children are out of the country learning and you make mockery out of the poor people children, the children of the indigenous masses of our people. That is on the front. And that's why we say salute to the young comrades and ask them to go beyond that. They must demand that education is a franchise under the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, Article 26 of the Universal Declaration.
Are you encouraging them to
protest? Protest is a fundamental and constitutional obligation to every responsible citizen.
But somebody will say they have not solved issue before. Protests have not solved
peaceful protests have resolved issues. Who told that? Peaceful protests have resolved issues. The only thing is that the state becomes very nervous and it gets us, and that's why we ask with violence.
There several protests have happened since Mr. Boga became president, and all the issues remain resolved. Unresolved.
Let me tell you, contradictions when they accumulate into that into the grievances.
The regime is not a weak regime.
No. From what
So
context?
they do not
From
quote
what context?
they do not quote into
From
mere street
No,
agitation.
no. Maybe I will gotta go back to history. I mean, when the apartheid system was very brutal.
No, we're talking about talking about today in Iran.
We draw analysis.
But the magnitude of those actions are.
I'm saying
parallel to what happened.
to you, the start of the government. You talking about the regime is powerful. When the regime is powerful, that is not democracy. That is not democracy. That is.
But the regime has proven strength.
No, what I'm saying.
They have suppressed all these.
The Constitution says.
Agitation.
The Constitution says all power is inherent in the people. They don't say all power is inherent in the government. So I disagree fundamentally. If you say
the
that
regime succeeded in chasing
that is a show of weakness. It's not a show of strength. Because when the people fear the government, that is tyranny, that is dictatorship, that is kakistocracy and plutocracy. But when the government fear the people, that is democracy. Because that's what the Constitution says on Article 1 of the 1986 Constitution, that all power is inherent in the people. So when a reckless, untrained, and uncivilized few elements of schoolboy element in the Liberal National Police will go down Broad Street and shoot protesters and put all our students in uniform and think that power.
So you're afraid of the government.
When a useless government.
So you're afraid of the government.
What government? Let me say this.
You tell when the people are afraid of the government.
Let me say this to you. Let me say this.
Are you afraid of the
government? Let me say this to you. The government are brought down by the objective conditions and the material reality of the people. What the suffering conditions of the people when that accumulates into the temple of the society.
The government has accused the CDC of exaggerating and exacerbating the condition of the people to justify political motives.
Why use the CDC to pay your own teachers? The
material condition of bring people.
How can if a parent or father in your home accuse people of refusing to send your own child to school? What kind of knowledge is that, Abu? The government says you will come and give civil servant, increase civil servant salaries. Tomorrow, civil servant go demonstrate, you see that CDC. So the press that we saw to and the press there, are they CDCs? What kind of funny government is this? You say you're coming to increase health worker salaries and improve their conditions, and the people are demonstrating. You use motorcyclists.
I saw recently that they have increased health
workers. Where doctors? You do my health workers. You do my only few elite doctors. The health system is a conglomeration.
But it's a gradual process.
No. You say it's a gradual process. It's a mockery.
But you have to recognize that they have made
and there's no. The system is a very big system. Health workers is not about few elite doctors. About the ordinary nurses. It's about people who are struggling, even the janitors, they also contribute there, the security. So when we talk about health workers, it's a whole ecosystem. I don't want you to limit that to few elite doctors. I'm saying this to you, that the government of Liberia will have a set to blame because the contradictions are piling up. They accumulate their grievances.
Let's look at job creation and youth empowerment.
Where's the youth empowerment, Abu? Where's the youth empowerment in the country?
The government has just launched an SOEs. What you call it? There's an SOE.
Yeah.
No, where the young people are
providing jobs for like
temporary.
You see people in the streets,
temporary
getting something.
You get about youth empowerment and you breaking down market structure in the country. There's no way you can talk about youth empowerment and chase other motorcyclists and beat them and take their backs. So where's the youth empowerment? This government vomited reckless promise that they were going to provide 10,000 jobs for young people to be educated in digital science and technology. You need to ask them, how far have they gone? Where are the 10,000 young people? Where are the 10,000 young people? Let me tell you, there is no vision and no plan for a strategic roadmap to creating wealth and employment opportunities for young people in this country. You have listened to the Minister of Finance that we must pray because the economy is tough. and it will get worse. He said that categorically on the national platform. Can you create job by beating motorcyclists and putting them behind bars and taking a bus from them? Can you create an opportunity by destroying and breaking down market structures and beating young boys and street vendors? Where are the jobs?
Government is bringing development.
Development
comes with pain.
Development comes with pain, but not at the detriment of the citizens. When you're developing, there must be a panacea. There must be a means to absorb.
They're getting rid of makeshift
structure has to be done in a way that does not take the bread and butter conversation on the table of the vulnerable population.
Which one? The so-called bread and butter?
You call that so-called bread and butter?
The president called it so-called bread and butter.
The bread and butter issue that we're discussing today is why the people living back to send their children to school. It's why the motorcyclists living back to send their people to hospital. It's why the civil servants living back.
Is the government not addressing the bread and butter?
Let me tell you, any revolution in any government that does not benefit and provide social economic transformation for the masses of our people is a devil give. Because the devil had 3 reasons. The devil can steal, kill, and lie. Those are the characteristics of the devil. So a revolution that does not benefit the masses is a devil gift. Swagger is a gift from hell. It's a gift from the devil. That's what you clearly stated.
That is strong.
No, it's a gift from hell.
The president.
No, he's a descendant.
The president of the republic.
The president is demoniacal. He's draconian. He's a satanic incarnate. He's luciferic. He's diabolical. Baka said that, and I'm saying it. You will hear in this country what Baka said, he will remain.
Are you not afraid you could be arrested?
Arrested? Baka will be the first to be arrested. Joseph Baka will be the first to be arrested. The man is the most popular citizen in the country. Mr. Baka.
How do you say that he just won an election?
No, he just won an elections. But he's making decisions that are running very irrelevant and unpopular. You don't need for a president, a certain president.
What are the evidence?
The evidence is that yesterday on Benson Street, for a certain president to go and buy from a street vendor, and the whole road was not barricaded. But Fosu, go in Burkina Faso, let Ibrahim Traore go on the street.
That was an impromptu.
No impromptu. It's not. It doesn't matter. Let me tell you this: when the social condition, when the social economic condition of the masses of the people, and are improved by the government, the people themselves can gravitate. The presidency can become a system of attraction.
The government have not taken full.
My president, Weah was president of the country. At the moment where he's now still president, he does not need to announce. He only need to just go and practice that place to be barricaded. Bakai, Joseph Nimba Bakai went on the street. Disgraceful and shamefully asking for change. What kind of man says?
The government, the argument here.
And he said Baka can arrest me.
The government has
and
just
attempt to prove that the citizen will arrest on Baka.
The government
the state does not operate in isolation. But come on, the state
for comments you made towards the president.
I challenge, I defy. Let me say this to you. I take responsibility. I challenge, I defy. I challenge, I defy the state. Nobody in this country can arrest me in this country.
Are you above this?
I'm saying, if you want to arrest, go arrest the press. Go and arrest the press. How useless the government has become.
So let's talk about rule of law and, of course, human rights under this government. What's your thought?
What is rule of law? In the absence of justice. What is rule of law in the absence of justice? There's no rule of law in the country. Let me say this. This government has the worst human rights record in the country because the rule of law has broken down totally in the country.
Which report are you quoting?
I mean the human rights report in Liberia. I mean the
independent
human rights report by the councilor. I mean, Demso Brown is there that their own government they won't pay the man. The man said they got the worst police record in the country history. And I'm saying that human rights.
Do you agree?
I don't have to agree. It's a fact. I don't have to agree. He doesn't have to tell me that to know that police can pepper spray lawmakers. He doesn't have to tell me to know that there is an unconstitutional removal of a certain speaker. The human rights report doesn't have to tell me that to know that students were brutalized because of their rights to education were violated. health workers have been disenfranchised and are protesting all around the place because the rights and privileges have been violated. And motorcyclists' rights have been violated. The government allowed to ensure that there is macroeconomic stability. They make intervention in reducing the prices
There's
of
an argument that there's a decline in police brutality compared to your regime, the regime itself. How do you respond?
I think that argument is not just a myth, but it's a whole pathological myth. It's a lie. Our administration,
how is it a lie? Prove it that it's a lie.
Our administration organized democratic policing. In fact, for the 6 years on record, there have been no political prisoner. People insulted, used vulgarity, insolence, and impudence, insulted none of a certain president. The political leader of our party, he has the president. Now that
are people not insulting now?
2-7 people demonstrated.
Are people not insulting?
No, I'm coming. You have a question. 2-7 people demonstrated here. Nobody was arrested. Nobody was brutalized. Students at the university took to the street and said, "Fix the country." They were giving food to eat and water to drink. But that government into power, under 1 year, what did the government do? Abu. Every president that we made to uphold the sanctity of our law enforcement institution was broken down. The first thing was they were putting what drugs money at LDEA. Drugs money. And the drug cartel had to overwhelm them. The next thing was to go to the Liberia National Police. The Liberia National Police, Abu, you know our function, statutory function and responsibility is to protect life and property. Honor Gabriel Como, the SOD boy, this SOD boy has not been really rehabilitated. And you know, for you to integrate in the national, in the law enforcement system, that man should have been rehabilitated because he still lived with the unprofessional lifestyle of the SOD. You put that man making national, Inspector General. He made the man Inspector General. Look at what the man doing to the country. Today, the guys
he's showing law and order.
Law and order, and investors are scaring away. They are running away in the country. No investors are
what proof that
the proof is that there's no international investor. There's no investor that has come at this government towards they are investing. So this is what they are about to invest.
The president said these conversations are in the pipe.
Are you aware of the agreement in Indonesia? The $3 billion.
Listen, man, let me tell you this. I'm not yet for Abacadabra. Those are magical. These are things. You know, yeah, they are unrealistic. In literature, call that unrealistic vision. They don't exist. In utopia, don't lecture me about 200 billion. The organized stuff where citizens are suffering and the poverty waiting on the faces of the people, and the motorcyclists are drowning into agile poverty. Teachers are drowning into agile poverty, and they are starving. And the society is fast deteriorating, and there's panic in the country, and the whole country is better. There's bloodshed all over the country. Every time you pass, you see dead news. The country. 700 God are paid are yet to be increased, and salary are yet to be increased. Health workers are continuing to be. The situation of Liberia is a situation of a very sad story, and that's the reason why Liberia will soon stand up. Don't think that the people are not aware. Abu, do not underestimate the potency of the people.
Political inclusion.
Political inclusion. I don't see anything like political inclusion. When we took over as a government, our president is a symbol of peace. He's a nationalist, a reconciliator. You saw that you were being for accommodating people who did not subscribe to the political persuasion of the CDC in the governance architecture and strata of the Congress for Democratic Change, particularly being absorbed in the purple mantra for prosperity and development.
Is that not happening?
Yes, not. It's a big irony.
The Minister of State is known publicly to have supported Mr. Edison
Minister of State
in the election, but he is a Minister of State.
Yeah, so let's go ahead. One.
No, but that's one.
No, Abu, one. Yeah, let's go ahead.
That is to say that there is a step towards political inclusion.
Abu. The president is not even reconciliated.
But you want a CDC president to be in government.
When President Weah took over, he went to his house in rehab. They called him. Even when he considered, he called him as he called the president.
How is that relevant to governance?
So governance issue starts with the issues about being a responsible. Let me tell you, all past presidents in other countries have been respected, whether in Ghana or United States of America, whether you like it or not. It is part of building a very functional and mature democracy.
And one can choose to do that.
Burger has not mature. He has not level up. He has not level up. He has not level up. Let me tell you, old age is not about years, but it's about sense. It's about life. It's not about I spent a year. He just got spent a year. That one of the men who just got spent a year with no sense. All won't say he's a tabula rasa. Taking and go at the year, he thinks like a baby. That's how he looks like. And you talk about common inclusion. Show me one sedition, permanent sedition. You talk about Sylvester Grace Pay. Show me one permanent sedition.
Louis Brown. Not a sedition, but
I'm saying, Louis Brown is a recycle political waste product of the Unity Party shenanigans. He's an offshoot of the Unity Party. He was former minister of the government, former minister of information. So what you want to tell me about Louis Brown? I said, show me one sedition, permanent sedition. I resign from politics. The best government I made or appointed as a cabinet minister. One, I challenge you. The government is rooted on political bitterness. That what you see them unleashing personal vendetta and venom on seditions. They go after to the extent that they go to party headquarters and they 10, 15 hours having marathon shooting at harmless people. Only because they come with hatred, they come with bitterness, they come with historical malice, they come with prejudice. The one beyond seditions in government ministries and agencies. They trace after them at civil service level. They beat them. They not only stop there. They're not going after motorcycle. From motorcycle, they're going after teachers. From teachers, they're going after. Why you go after all the marketeers and market women? What are you looking for? Let me tell you, when the people were bringing government down, it started from on the streets.
Curbing drugs and money laundering. What's the perspective in terms of what the government has done to minimize drug trafficking and money laundering?
That the government is. Let me tell you, this government is most of the guys who enter the government are drug dealers. I mean, most of the. I'm telling you. I mean, most of the guys.
Can you name a few?
I mean, the guys who enter. Let me tell you, the reason why they dismiss all of the guys.
Who are some of those?
I'm telling you, the reason why they dismiss some of the guys are because they were dealing drugs.
There was an internal friction.
No, apart from that, they were fighting what drugs money, Abu. I don't want you to see them.
No, but that's not what the
I'm saying to you, most of the guys over there are drug dealers. Most of the guys are drug dealers. That's why at LDA, the reason why they were dismissed because they were fighting what drugs money. You know, drug money can cause us. You can get either free, it can expose you. That's what the guys are doing. The guys came here, they said they're going to fight kush. Oh, we don't want how they call it? We don't want kush. We don't want kush. We want the paper. The paper can today from kush to zombie. What's the difference? Are we not still seeing zogos on the streets? Children are now.
Regime apologists argue that we're not seeing citizens falling off the street.
So where are they? Where are they?
You tell me.
Nobody even got to tell me because if you look.
What do you see? What's your observation?
Let me listen. They are saying the government is patronized drugs distribution and abuse in the country. Today you can see no substantial policy direction. For example, I mean a rehab center was being created and established. There's no policy conversation. I challenge anyone from the Unity Party to prove that.
They're working on it.
You get Mao say we should assess in practice and theory. Don't lecture me about working. You've been working, you're going to 2 years now. You've been working. I thought you have everything I require to deal with the drug issue. That's what you said to us. That's what the Burger campaign on. They manipulated the young people on the streets and bamboozled them with updated political rhetoric and made us to believe that they have solutions to deal with drugs issues in the country. Well, across the country today, there are a lot of depots across the country. The drug cartel. Let me tell you, your first action in fighting drug will determine the last action. The first step.
You've not called some of the drug dealers.
I'm saying to you, the first step in fighting drug when you take out a new government, brand new government, we can determine the rest of your steps. What the government did, the first step, the government failed in drug. They don't expect anything serious for them. Do not expect nothing serious from the government. You know what I mean? Those saying on the moment. There's the first time for you to change all your ministers, your directors and deputies, everybody because of drug money. So the drug cartel has won. The drug has won victory over black eye government. That is why you see the zombie today, the push, destroying poor people's lives.
They were
don't care.
removed for administrative reason for the record.
Well, administrative reason, that's what the government will say. The government will say administrative reason. But for the reason that we know best to our ability,
What is that?
the reason in our domain suggests that there was a huge parcel, there was huge drug money that landed in the middle hand.
What is huge drugs money?
Huge drug money that landed in the middle hand, and the boss man.
So what does that mean? If you say huge drugs money,
maybe huge drug money landing in the middle hand.
Bribe talking about it.
Intelligent. Comme le commun, alors comme le know. When you conjugate, you got drug money. You got conjugate the verb.
You're leveling allegations.
I'm telling you, that's what happened. That's what happened. That's why the drug cartel defeated them. Your best militants also you carry. You say, man, yeah, go for it. You say, man, I take Abu, I carry Hagar. And you know, you own a pen, I'll put a minute, you know, later on, you go to the minutes after the minutes, you say, okay, the whole team, I break it down. So you break the whole system down. They turn the other people will come, the new people to come in the system to get acculturated or acclimatized. That is, so before the people start getting adapted, to get used to fighting joy, understand the theory, your turn over. Your turn over, Abu. The time is over.
How are you watching for the put down of you?
I said, your time over. Amen. Lord, let me tell you, everybody knows. Look, there are thousands of unity partisans who come in my inbox every day. As I speak to you, there are thousands of seditions of people who are not being into politics. You say, man, I mean, we say, time
and passment. Current went up to at the airport, and the airport authority told the senators that it was due to birds. Have you heard that before?
Yeah, I think that one of the useless statements it was from a competent group of elected bigots.
Is it not possible?
It's very useless from no. I mean, no, you know,
I don't know you to be electrical technician.
No, you think like electrical thing I can't do, yeah? When you go there, you got to lie on bread. Let me tell you, it's easier to lie on Simon Tuet, Jefferson Koji, having wizard, but to go lie on bread, comrade. The government not start lying anymore. How you want to reduce national governance? What government is this? Look, it's easier to say that having wizard do the one. It's easier to say that Jefferson Koji, that Simon Tuet, that Magay, that drug we are do the one. But innocent brothers, we're not in your politics and thing. Brother, are not will better before or wear any party teacher. That the brother you're lying on.
But what in the brother go do on the transformer?
Show me any country where there are no breasts. Which one ever you can go, you can find bread. Show me one country in the world, airport that you go to, you don't find bread. And see a thing for the story. When breasts are shutting airport down, see a thing for the story, when country was established.
So do you agree with how?
I mean, that is, you know, in ancient history, there are 7 wonders. They want making it 8. But we put it in the Guinness Book of Record. They embarrass the country in the national image. You know that to the passenger as in Brussels. They embarrass the country image, and the people go read international data or local data. They come into Europe and they go tell the magazine, they go tell the newspaper. They say, what happened to power shortage at the Royal International Airport, the face of our country image? They say, oh, that breast. You say breast? So it means that there's sufficient fuel. But the part of recently, it means that get more fuel. So fuel is not a problem. But that bread is the problem. That is what it's telling us. And that are not fuel. They're not because there are no fuel.
And you disagree with that?
I disagree. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It's myopic. That's why I keep saying they're tabular. They're stupid to say the least. How can you go on? You make time about LEC malfunctioning everything.
A young lady confessed recently that they lie on your friend, your SG, your boss man, Mr. Jefferson Koji. How did you all receive the news that elements from the Unity Party campaign are confessing that the basis for forming sanction conversations on CDC folks are turning out to be mischievous and concocted lies to the Liberian people and partners?
Yeah, I think I'd like to commend the young lady, even though yesterday, you know, but I'd like to, what's her name? I think Martina Kunate. Yeah, I think the comrade, she's brave. And To err is human, and to forgive is divine or divine. That's why in Latin it says errare himenen e. Errare himenen e. Meaning to err is human and to forgive is divine. Is divine. So we want to forgive her for working for being a co-conspirator to those who lie for putting our brothers and leaders on sanction.
You're forgiving her. Meanwhile, your leader is on sanction.
You know what I'm saying? No more. I mean, the CDC. I mean, this is a religious society. We have, to some extent, I mean, she's a victim in the hands of unscrupulous politicians. She's a victim. She was a tool. She had no idea where they took her. You know what I'm saying? She had no idea where they took her. She's a victim. So I will not bring. I can't go after the victim. I go after the perpetrator. That's why I'm asking you to muster the courage. Martina Konate, if you're listening to me, come here. You know, muster the courage. That your revelation. It has to go beyond that. You can call names. You can be clear here. You can call names. If you're afraid to call heaven, constant name, then you do not have the courage. Don't come and waste our time. If you cannot call a name or Bakai or Standard Water Spoon, the rest of the people, you can be clear. Don't be saying, oh, and my leader and Spoon. You can be clear here.
And if she does,
we will go after the perpetrators.
How?
They will pay the damages.
To court?
Not the court. They will pay the political consequences. You cannot fabricate lies and distort.
So what is the political?
Are
you going to refuse electing them?
I'm saying to you. I'm saying to you. In politics, in revolution, we know our enemies. We know our friends. The land will be doing the same. Moving forward, we'll be very skeptical and clear on where we stand in history and where we exist in our politics, in our struggle. For young people to take politics very evil and very devilish, to go and concoct lies and look at terrorism, Tamakoji, Samuel Ditwa Jr., to look at leader Miguel, Beltware, Serena Seaforth, and allow the imagine. How can you go say the man Valentine go? You go, you lie on your own Mandingo brother, you lie. Who is lying like this? Why lie about? How does that impact your life? People gave you.
That's what she was told.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying that. So they gave you.
They were used as conduit.
Yeah. So now they give her political jumbote and thing. She's not father in the match with political jumbote yet. So she's not father. You can't give her.
Okay.
So you can't give her half story. You can go beyond that story.
I think we say
I'm not taking that serious, and then she goes beyond that story.
Our time is up. Higa, we can take 2 calls, 2, 3, 4 calls, and be out of here. Our time is way
0776 104 104 0886 500 104 are the numbers. You can call us on right here.
We have this. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, and I will share you and let me explain that take the whole revolutionary salutation to our leader. So,
all right, thank you very much. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Make your point. Okay, thank you. Good morning. Make your point quickly, my friend. All right, thank you very much. Hussein, let's hear you live.
Thank you always for the extra privilege. My name is Hussein Keo. I call you from Jacobstown this week.
Your point.
So I listen to your guest. Yeah, I mean, it's the same regular rhetorics and political.
What is your disagreement?
So yeah, is it Abu? I want to ask him. Abu was the assistant minister for research and extension at the Ministry of Agriculture. I wanted him to outline few of his progress, few achievements he made in the last 6 years.
All right, thank you very much. Pascal Davis.
Yeah, Abu, how you doing?
Fine, quickly.
Yes, every time I hear him on the radio, I mean, I'm like, my day is already made. So yeah, Mr. We said you will need more time. I'm told the Bears will be having their press conference today. I mean, to debunk those lies. I don't know whether you are.
All right, thank you very much. The last but not the least, morning.
Hey, good morning, sir. My name is Mike Issa, calling from the state district executive. Yeah, I would like to create one of our other two on a political field, which is Adam Visa. Good morning, sir. And so the issues about the sacrifice within Liberia, some of us are serving as one of the leaders. I serve as the coordinator for the sacrifice within district executive. But, Honorable, I just want to say this to you people. We just need to take courage. When the same sacrifice yesterday that was sinking sun against the former president of Liberia. That there's some around, we're not going to be upset anymore to any politicians that was.
Provider, if you will say you're having the cycles. So, having those were the few calls. How do you respond?
Yeah, I think the calls welcome me, appreciate them and welcome all of them for their calls and
We're going home now.
Yeah, I think one of the I think puppets ones, yeah, they try to look, I am not responsible for
You
your
got a man asking for your record.
I'm responsible for your grammatical misfortune. I will come in on the air and listen to the men and small grammatical accident Megan me. Megan say engineer. Engineer people does not what you need say you need what you see. Yeah, it's a miscarriage of grammatical accident. Yeah, you can have serious and intellectual having reason. I'm beginning. You bang the business. You can see you're talking the day that serious school go to. No man propaganda dinner. Don't man the man. Go to school and beat us. So, in my conclusion, Abu, I'd like to say thank you all so much for the invite. Asking the motorcyclists, you must join the students. Students join the motorcyclists. Your those Liberians who houses have, and market structures have been broken down. This government will not give you any job. You need to protest. You need to demonstrate. You go to executive mansion for your job.
Okay.
Yes, you need to go do it. You go do that. And I want to encourage our people. April 12th. There will be CDC due payment rally at the headquarters of the Congress for Democratic Change. We encourage all our partisans to be there. Thank you all so much for the time.
Okay. His name is Avin Wisser of the CDC, and he has been our guest on the final lap of the conversation here this morning on Freedom 87.9. And Hagar, we have to go. But tomorrow, Hagar will be here to drive you home on the weekend edition. My name is Abu Sharif, and of course, before we leave you, please be safe and keep out of trouble. Let's see you until we meet again. Do have yourself a wonderful time. Bye-bye.